She answering. And who am I? That's not a secret I'll never tell. You know you love me. XOXO.
IT teacher.
All right, the clock now says that there's 2 hours, 35 minutes left on this speed run. I'm now going to show you how to import sample data into your database so you can start to talk about the data collection. In this one, we're going to put data in the right order. We're then going to show samples, and we're going to add this into our assignment so that we can see that there's samples. We're going to add in a data dictionary, and that's about it for this episode. All right, let's have a crack.
I like the sound of that.
I'll canvass all the seediest lowbrow dives in town to find my minions. And I know just how to speak their language. Felicitations, malefactors! I am endeavoring to misappropriate the formulary for the preparation of affordable comestibles! Who will join me?
All right, here's our database page. We're going to start from the outside working in. So if we go back to our schema, we're going to start not at receipts, but pretty much users and wingman. And then we can go into job, and then we can go to receipt. We're going to save different things to Notepad so that we can keep up our examples, because we want to show these throughout our assignment. So let's have a look. What we'll do is we'll go to our first one. Let's create the user Finken Laws, because he's our first guy. All right. So our user ID, we can leave blank. It's at auto increment. His name is Finken Logs. His username can just be Finky. All right. His password is, of course, going to be everyone's favorite Shrek. We've got a description of him in our assignment. Let's chuck that in there. Okay. All right, here's our description. We might get rid of our dot points just in case that this is up our format. All right, location, he is in Brisbane. All right, we just want the one. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to press go, and here we have a piece of sample data that we can show. So we're going to save that to here. Let's save that in here as sample data. You can also just screenshot this bit here if you want. But other than that, we've got a piece of sample data, and you can see that it is in our users. Here he is here. I might add, let's add 2 more people in just for fun. Let's add, we don't need to add anything there anymore. Let's add his good pal, Dustin, Gene, his username, Dustin. Password is, let's have his password, remain Shrek. Description, lots of hair. Location, let's put him down in Logan. And then our other good friend, Ramseed. Username is Ramson. Password is, of course, Shrek. Description, trendy but overly aggressive. Location, he's in Texas. All right, cool. We've got our data here. You can do what you want with that. But what I'm going to do is have a look at our users. We can see that there's a bunch of users there now. Let's go to Wingman. Our Wingman, let's create one of them. We're just going to create one. His name is going to be Hamish Blake. His gender is male. The London wingman, as we saw by the video. Password is Shrek. Description, great with all moves. Let's add him in. Okay, cool. We've now got our wingman and our users. The next thing we need to create is a job. Now you'll notice something when I go to insert something into the job. I can put in a job ID of 1, but then the created by user, I don't get to insert this. I instead have to take one of the people that already exists from the database. Let's give Finken Lorbs one. Going to the Met later tonight. Great description. All right. You can see that that's now be created as well. We can save that. And show that we understand that that's creating data. And then we can add in our receipt. So once everyone accepts, we can insert a receipt. Receipt 1, you can notice that I have to accept the job, going to the Met tonight, and the wingman that can accept it is only Hamish Blake because he's the only guy in our database. So you can see that our receipts, we can see that there's only one that's been accepted. 111 is the data. That is how we create data. Now, how do we show that we understand that, or how we get things to actually put in our assignment? Let's have a look at how we can do that. The first thing we're going to do is get our data dictionary. So we're going to go to our main page, and wow, there's a button that says data dictionary, and we can actually just take these snippets and put them into our assignment. We're now going to take some queries from our database, and we're going to show that we understand how to create a query and then put it into our assignment, showing the results that we'll get from that. All right, try and follow. What I'm going to show you now is how to get this in our assignment. So we're going to start with the really easy stuff. What we're going to do is first jump on to our PHP MyAdmin. We're going to go and show that we know how to search. Let's find a user, and we'll search, and we'll just say that their location is in Brisbane. All right, cool. We can see that we've got a user in Brisbane. We're just going to put that into our assignment to show that we understand this. Now, the big thing that we said in our algorithm was that we're going to be able to find a user that has a location, but we're looking for the job, and we're looking that it matches the input. Now, this is a complex SQL query that may need a little bit of help. So I'm going to show you how to cheat this one. What we're going to do first is we're going to jump onto our database and get it so that we can copy and train an AI to understand our database so that it can help us. To do that, we're going to go export. Now you can go quick SQL. You can make it in, I don't know, like you can get it in text or whatever. Get it. I've got mine in SQL. Press the export button. This is what the result will look like. All of your thing in code. Now that's important as well. We can use that later to show we understand how to create tables. I'd be taking a code like this and showing that in my assignment somewhere. I then went and I copied and pasted it into my ChatGPT. I said, here is my database. I just copied and dumped it in. And then I said, show me how to find a job where the user is in Brisbane. Here is the complex code that we're starting to understand. Select j.wildcard from job, j, and then join the user u on j, where it's created and the user is the user ID, where the user is location like Brisbane. Once we do that, we can take that and put that in our assignment. Here's what it looks like when we chuck it in. So we go back to our SQL, we get rid of that, and we say, here it is, and hit go. All right, there it is there, and there's our result. So let's take those two search results and put them in. So we're going to go new and take this bad boy here, copy, and put it in just under here to show that's our query. And we're going to label these. This is query for algorithm 2. And we'll put it in, we'll get our results. Now, obviously, you could probably create yourself some more data to make it look a bit more complex. But this is a pretty good and easy way. We now have an AI bot that understands our database that we can start to take different stuff from.